So I was given an address to look at this emulator called Provenance, and it worked on the iPad, so I thought I'd have a try. And to my amazement, after most of Sunday getting it working, it worked. So I had Sonic, Ridge Racer, Super Castlevania 4, Resident Evil 3 to see right now, just all working perfectly. Pairs to 8-bit do controller, no keybinds needed, it's all done through the app itself. Yeah, it's all full speed. I did it through the FTP, so obviously I own all the games, so I just transferred them through the iPad that way. And yeah, it just showed up in the main menu of the emulator, and I couldn't believe it. It was perfect, and it still is. So I thought I'd just show you really, and pretty much as a demonstration, just to see how it could be done really with all these games. Now, through the alt store, you have to go through this website. And then, once you've got that set up, Provenance on the wiki. I'm not going to do like a how-to and everything there, but if you follow those two sites, then you will be able to get this all working. Now, it's a sideload, which means that it's not jailbreaking it at all. It's just sideloading it. So you do have to refresh the checking of the app every 7 days, which is normal, really. I love that bit. Not Jedi Power Bottles yet, that's on the iPad, but that'll probably be soon. Yeah, everything works as expected. There is a small issue with the PlayStation games where you have to try and get it working. I'll just come back to that because we've got this. Now, this is the settings for the emulator itself. So you can do CRT scaling, you can make sure the 8-bit do is assigned to the player 1, not player 2, because you can do local multiplayer here. So versus games with Tekken can be done. It's amazing. You can also do the overlay for the buttons as well if you don't have a gamepad. Now, I will say with the PlayStation, it's a weird thing when you start a game up, rather than, let's say, autosave or anything else, where it slows the game down to a crawl, but you have to go into the pop-up options to go make it fast and then make sure it goes back to normal. Completely messed up what I just said there, but that's pretty much how it goes. And then you can just play it as normal. If you're playing a PlayStation game for a while on the iPad, you're not really going to be annoyed. I'm just going to try jump and failing it. And the secret chime rings, but no secret. But yeah, it all works fine. No sound issues that I experienced. All full speed. There's me playing it there. Good old Ridge Racer. Haven't had a chance to get Ridge Racer 4 yet, but it's definitely on the list. And yeah, like I say, it's just amazing that you can play something like this, and even games that aren't really going to be coming out to iOS anytime soon, like this one, Sonic 3 or Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Because of the rights issues with Michael Jackson, there's little to no chance of it coming at the moment to any new systems, unless Sega pulls its finger out and gets to work on making sure the rights are corrected. But yeah, it's just ridiculous that this can be played now. As expected. It doesn't work with the keyboards, so if you're going to get a Magic Keyboard with the iPad Pro, it's not going to work. It's going to be a game controller only. Let's move to Tomb Raider again. I will say as well there is a swap disc option, so if you beat Sniper Wolf in Metal Gear Solid, which is just coming up, then once it prompts you to change disc, you just have to go into the pop-up option, which will appear soon, and just swap discs. Easy as that. Easy as that. Applies to Parasite Eve, Final Fantasy games. Yeah, you are fine. But yeah, just thought I'd give you a demonstration of this. Here's Tekken 2. A favourite of mine. This also kind of makes me realise that the day comes when I want to upgrade my iPad Pro, is that we'll be going to 512 or above the iPad in the storage, because to have all these games when I want them, it just sells itself really, doesn't it? I mean, you've now got Tekken 3 and there's no latency lag at all. I can do the combos as needed and it all just works fine. There's no issue here at all. There's Resident Evil 3. Amazing game. So you got this menu here. This is the pop-up menu. So like I say, you can just go into all of the settings if you want to. Press start, prayer to start, save state, low state, game reset. If you quit a game, you come back to it, it saves it and go straight back into where you left off. It's fantastic. It's a weird issue with the PlayStation games in particular because you have to go into that menu to press start or select. Not a massive deal really, because you can pause it when you do the pop-up menu anyway. But yeah, it's totally fine. I will say that this is 1.4. There is a 1.5 that they're working on. Version 1.5 has N64 games, but I haven't had chance to get that working, so it's just this, and I'm happy really with playing all these games. Yeah, totally satisfied. But yeah, I just thought I'd kind of show you really just how it's all been going. Because there's little chance of a lot of these games coming to iPad really for a start, but it just really shows you with like PS5 really of how backwards compatibility could really work, or even with the PS Now service that Sony has. You know, update the app of that, bring it to iPad, and you'll be playing Tekken 2 and Tekken 3. Why not? So yeah, that was pretty much a bit of a demo just to show you where you could go to, you know, play the 8-bit do. I will say as well that, you know, you can go onto Palky's podcast to keep following the podcast, and it's all going. And yeah, I'll catch you soon. Thanks very much for watching.